asks you where you are from, would you be telling that you represent a particular province, or would you proudly put your chest forward and say you're a Sri Lankan? In talking about identity, you represent yourself as Sri Lankan and not by province. And when you consider the well-being of children, the future of Sri Lanka, why should you make it province difference? And also, we have seen many political legends in our country, and if they have realized if there was any advantage in this province-specific policy, they would have made use of it and implement it. Finally, I would like to emphasize by saying that to ensure the well-being of Sri Lankan children, Mother Sri Lanka's children, by one nation, the one country, they are the people of one country, we have to make the child welfare policy. The child welfare policy should not be province-specific. Thank you.
I would like to start my speech by making a small request to transfer those words to our audiences, because equality, indiscrimination and children violation, all those problems are being eradicated by province specified policies, ma'am. I made that clear in my third speech. And regional disparity, they went on harping about regional disparity not existing in Sri Lanka. The United Nations Development Programme, and they launched Millennium Development Goals, in which it itself disclosed that regional disparity is a growing problem in the common policy implementation of Sri Lanka. And I will go on to the advantages of province-specified policies. It will be a matter of good governance and ensure human rights protection. It will balance out power, a resort in case of violation, an effective source of alternative information. Ladies and gentlemen, it will reinforce the local and national mechanisms while stimulating the provincial mechanisms relating to children welfare, thereby effectively eliminating the problem. Ladies and gentlemen, it is not my life or your life that is at stake. It is the life of those children whose right to education, right to health participation is deprived. Therefore, in order to ensure their weal and welfare, we should take in their specificities and requirements, which vary from province to province, into consideration, make the policies accordingly so that they are compatible, which will ensure effective elimination of the problem, ladies and gentlemen. Thereby, we can not only ensure that our country's children are being reinforced and being made into a complete citizen, but we can ensure that the country's economy, the country's political stability, governance, the society's advantages are also reinforced and made sure. So, because, ladies and gentlemen, children are the emperors of the future. Children should be considered in national development. Therefore, their specificities, requirements considered, policies made accordingly, province-specified policies, compatible, effective elimination of problems, all problems relating to children welfare. Thank you.
An umbrella scheme versus a province-specific scheme. Where do you stand in this debate? We'll be back with the results. It's been an extremely close debate. But before we give out the decision of the debate, before we tell you who won this debate, we have to talk to our judges to see as to what they have to say.
I congratulate both teams for their excellent performance. However, having said that, I would like to make few comments with regard to both teams' performances. With regard to the proponents of this particular team, I found that they failed to define the topic that has been given to them in precise terms. When a team is expected to debate, it is one of the fundamentals of the team to define what they are going to debate on. And that particularly showed off because they did not differentiate between planning, policy and plan implementation. First you draw policy, then you draw plans for implementing the policy, and then you start implementing it. But this was highlighted by the opponents. However, the opponents on their part did not trap the proponents and expose the weakness of the proponent by showing why stop at province. If you talk about disparities, then it should go down to districts, divisions, because within a province, take for instance Sabragamuwa, There are two districts.
The argument also very much it will be facilitate for us like that administrators to some new thoughts we have to suggest to the government. But I thought that when I am coming here, I thought it is a topic is a critical one. When I am listening your debate, it is very much critical. Then I think that both sides they have well done. But even though as professors said that some factors should be highlighted, and also that you are whatever you explain that it is not reflect to the current situation. I think that is you are mentioning northern province, eastern province war situation and like that. But in my services we gained a lot of experience in Sri Lanka. That is a violence, not only the violence, abuse against the children, lot of other factors also. The children lost parents, sickness, like that. Lot of problems the children are facing.
This was an incredibly exciting debate. It's definitely a step up from the round one debates that we have had. Very much improvement from both of the teams. In fact, we were discussing and debating the topic ourselves in the judging in our boardroom, getting prepared to judge this particular topic. So it's a very critical one, as Mrs. Sukma said. I'll give one good point and one bad, negative point that you all can improve on. The good thing first was I thought some of the strategies that both teams used were really well. I particularly like, Hindu Ladies College adamantly demanding a yes or no answer from the Muslim Ladies College. I think that was a really good strategy, putting them on the spot and making them answer and taking a stand. Muslim Ladies College, one particular speaker, taking the map and turning it around and using it for their own benefit, really good strategies, right, on both teams. So I think that was very, very good. One point that you guys can improve on, which we all agreed actually in looking at your sources, is both teams had a lack of proper sourcing. You had presented a lot of facts and data, but we were a little unclear about where you got that data. You may have had it somewhere, but some of the tables didn't have the sources on the table itself. So that was a little bit of a critical point. For the next round, whoever goes on, make sure that doesn't happen, because we were almost going to invalidate that data. And if that happened, then a lot of your material would have gone to waste. So make sure you source the things properly, and also bring updated material, please. Some of the stuff went back to 2001. It's more than a decade, and it's not valid anymore. So bring proper sourced data and valid and current data for your next debate. Thanks.
We also have with us Mr. Denzel Pereira, who acted as the observer of today's debate. Let's ask him as to what he thought about the debate itself.
Judges got highly involved with the debate, and they were doing their job quite, with all their energy and effort. And I would say, in my opinion, all of you are winners, because I see that ladies, be it Muslim ladies, Hindu ladies, you all are coming up, with your skills and your presentation, and you're confident more than anything else, which we really need in the corporate world. And I'm sure that you all are going to become good leaders in the future. Sometimes most of you will become the corporate leaders in the future. And when you look at the Sri Lankan context, you see some of the good leaders were debaters. I would just say that I'll congratulate all of you for all your effort and this wonderful debate that you're just witnessing here. And I'm sure that you all become real good leaders in the future. Who would definitely take this country forward. Thank you very much.
We've heard as to what the judges thought about the debate. Before we announce the winner, it's time for us to announce the top achievers, best speaker in today's debate. Mrs. Sukma.
We select Ms. Afra Niaz.
I have with me Afra Niaz. First and foremost, Afra, congratulations. Well done. The best speaker of the debate. Happy?
Yes, very.
Okay, you know how these goes. You as the best speaker has to announce to our viewers, to your friends, to their friends, as to who the winner of today's debate is. Close debate, do you think?
Yeah, it was really close. They were good, we were good. I don't know, I can't guess.
I'll give you a hint.
Yeah.
It was a split decision.
I want to win, we want to win, but that doesn't mean that we can win, maybe. But their team is good as well, so
if you have to go into school the next day and stand in front of the assembly and explain to your fellow students as to why you lost, assuming you do lose, what would you tell them?
First, I'll take a tissue box because I'll be crying out. And later, I think they'll actually appreciate the hard work and the effort that we made in order to win. Even if we do lose, I'm sure that they'll appreciate our hard work.
Well, there can be only one winner in this debate. The winner will proceed to the quarterfinals, and the other side will be at your mercy because you might have to vote them into the quarterfinals. Without any more delay,
certify that the presiding judges made the following judgment in the debate conducted between Muslim Ladies College, Colombo, and I'll go to the results. I don't have patience. Okay, the winner is Muslim Ladies College, Colombo.
it's now time for us to hand over the awards to the respective students and the teams. We now will give out the award to the best speaker of this debate, Afra Niaz, and to do that I'd like to call upon Professor Selvakumar on stage.
So every child's right commonly is proved by this. Yes, ma'am.
I borrow that.
Yes.
You said that the child's rights differ from province to province. Let me show you. Here, post-war requirements should be prioritized. Here, the prioritization should be given to natural disasters. While if you go to down here, it's once again tourismly affected children.
We will now give out the awards of participation to each member of Hindu Ladies College. Please do keep in mind that each of these team members will get a scholarship worth 125,000 rupees to study SEMA at Achievers. To give out the awards, I would now like to call on stage Mrs. Imelda Sukumar. To give out the awards for the winning team, I'd like to call on stage Mr. Denzel Pereira. Muslim Ladies College walks away victorious and moves on to the quarterfinals. And that wraps up today's debate. Good night and see you next week.
The children are suffering from the post-war requirements, post-war, after-war.
Every child has a right, and that child is common to each and every child in each and every province of Sri Lanka.
You, audience, think that we had a close debate and we were really good? Vote us and get us in the wild card.